Everybody, it's Kim. Hey, I wanted to do a quick gear review with you today. I found some really good lightweight, now these are not ultralight, but I found some good lightweight options to buy that I got on some really good deals. And you know, if you're on a budget like me and you're just starting out, you might need to, count your pennies here to spend them on the better gear later. But I found a few things that I thought, the price is right and they're worth looking into. So at the end here, though, I'm going to warn you right away that there's a couple things that are just for women. So if you happen to be a guy and you don't want to hear about the women things, I'll let you know when we're going to get to those areas. And, a couple things that I find important anyway as an older woman who's out in the woods. So anyway, the first thing I want to start with is, now, I happen to love my Crocs. I've had these for years, but when I was backpacking a couple weekends ago, they don't have any kind of a grip on the bottom. And in Michigan in the fall, we get a lot of heavy dew and frost. And just walking around camp, I found them to be very slippery. The leaves are wet, the pine needles are wet, and I almost took a tumble because there's no gripper on the bottom of those Crocs. They're very, very lightweight, only weigh, a few ounces, but I had to find something for my safety that works a little better. So I went on one of my forums and I said, hey, if you don't wear Crocs, what do you wear for camp shoes? And these water shoes were recommended to me. Not necessarily this brand, but this style. They have some really nice grippers on the bottom. They're very lightweight. You can see I could put, they're very compact compared to the Crocs, which, I have to hang on the outside of my bag whether I want to or not because I just don't have the room inside. So they fold down very nice. They have a stretchy top on them. They dry very quickly. Now, they're not waterproof, anything like these are water shoes. They're made to be used for, crossing rivers and such like that. So they will dry out really quick. They have little tabs on the back. I can hang these on the back of my backpack as well if they are wet. They have a very nice sole. I have sensitive feet. I don't want to feel like a friend of mine has water shoes that's just this material, but every little rock, every little twig, every little picker, whatever, you feel them through the shoes. I wanted something that had a nice sole on them. Now, these are still on sale. I picked these up. They're called the Bree Dawn Barefoot Hiking Water Shoes. And I will attach a link to Amazon below. They are still on sale as of today, which is the end of October in 2020, for $4.99. So, great bargain on these. A pair of Crocs is going to set you back $30 to $50. $5. That money goes to a lot of other things for me. So that's the shoes. The other thing that I picked up, now I got an incredible bargain because I bought it during Prime Days, and it's the Anchor 10,000 amp hour, however it is, the charger that everybody likes to carry. It will charge your average smartphone 4 times, 4.3, something like that. It'll do a tablet 2 to 3 times, and it's relatively lightweight. This weighs 6.3 ounces. I picked it up as a flash sale for $9.99. They're currently going for $19.99 on sale, normally $29.99. So I will, again, put a link below. Hopefully they're still on sale for you. They do have a newer version called the Power Core Slim out. It's slightly heavier. It's 7.2 ounces. It's longer this way, narrower this way. This is about a deck of cards, okay? The average size deck of cards. The other one's a little bit longer, and that's also the 10,000. Currently, that is on sale for $21.99. If you use the coupon that's in the link, it's $4 off, so you could pick it up for $18. So it is 7.2 ounces, so it's almost an ounce heavier than this one. And this, I measured it with the little protector case and the charging cord along with it. So it's not terrible. And honestly, I don't know if there's a lighter weight version out there. I've looked, and most of them in this, size range to charge is a little heavier. So that's a pretty good deal. The next thing I picked up was this little stove. It is the Desert Fox UL Mini. Again, I picked it up during Prime Days. I showed this on a previous video where I talked about ways to save money. I picked it up for $4.88. It's very comparable to something like the BRS. It weighs in under 2 ounces, I believe. Yeah, 1.75 ounces, so it's relatively lightweight. It does not have a piezo ignition, so you do have to use your lighter to start it, although you can regulate the height of the flame. It comes in its own little carry case, which that's part of the weight, 1.75 ounces. I paid $4.88. They're currently $10.88 for the same one. Again, this was during Prime Days. And it is comparable to your BRS, which is just under $17. So by buying this one, you save, $6. And once again, you could use that $6 to buy those little water shoes if you wanted to. But I know that and once again, I read all the ratings on these things. I discount ratings like, oh, it arrived on time. I want to hear the ratings from people who actually use them, tell me that they have longevity, that they work well, they enjoy using them. So those are the ones, I never go with like 4 or 5 ratings. These are like in the thousands, or at least in the upper 800s, 600s, something like that. And it's rated very well for the price. So the BRS, you could save, $6 or $7 over that. Now, the other thing that I picked up that I really like, and it works very well, is the Foxelli headlamp. It has a high beam, a low beam, the flasher, and then it has a red beam, which I used a lot on my night hike, and the red flasher. This is relatively lightweight as well. It weighs in at 2.5 ounces, 2.6 ounces. You can switch out the strap for something a little bit lighter weight. It is rechargeable. That's the one thing I really like. I don't have to worry about carrying batteries with me since I carry my Anchor all the time. I used it for a full weekend, and we did a lot of night hiking. I still have not had to recharge it. And it's comfortable. It's lightweight. If you get into some of the more expensive ones, you're going to spend close to $50, anywhere from $30 to $50. This right now is going for $9.97. So it weighs approximately a half an ounce more than some of your other brands, but it is up to $40 cheaper. The other thing I picked up was a puffer jacket. Now, is it a Patagonia? No. Does it keep me warm? Yes. I was out on my weekend. Well, first let me tell you about this jacket. This is the E-Quick Women's Hooded Puffer. Now, let me tell you how I got this on such a good deal. When I look up the jackets, again, I look at the ratings. I've talked to other people on forums, and they recommended this jacket. This thing will range anywhere from $70 to the under $34 that I paid for it. What I do is I go to the page, and they'll have, 10 or 12 color jackets on there. I first click my size that I want, which is a large or an extra large. I do both because I'd rather go larger than smaller, because I could put clothes underneath and things like that. So I first look at the larges because that's the size I wear, and I look at all the different colors. Black, $70. Blue, $30. Okay, I don't care about the color. I'm going to go with the price. It's the same coat. It's just the color. So, and I do the same with the extra large, and I look for the color with the cheapest price. Well, I paid $38.88 for that jacket, and it had a $5 off coupon. You check the little box on Amazon. So I paid $33.88 for this jacket. I used it on my last outing, and I'm telling you, the morning time it was freezing out. The water on the top of my bottle had frozen, put a skim of ice on there. So it was around the 32 to 34 degree mark with just my base layer, which is a cuddle dud, and my t-shirt and that jacket. I was warm enough that once it, sitting around camp, I warmed up relatively quick. And so I would rate that down to comfortable if you have on a base layer to about 30 degrees. You know what? Patagonias go for $200 on sale, $34. I'm going to get relatively the same temperature range. The difference is Patagonia will repair yours very cheap. If this one ever rips up and tears, either I have to repair it or I have to replace it. But for a $160 savings, I can use that to buy something else that I really need. So E-Quick Women's Hooded Puffer, I will also put a link for that. The last thing I'm going to talk about in general, oh, no, I got two more things. Another thing that I mentioned these in many videos is the People socks. Again, it depends on the color. It depends on whether I like the crew length. I don't like the knee length. I might get a pair just for sleeping. They have a guarantee on them for, I believe, 2 years. If anything happens to them, you can send them in. Although I've heard they honored them past that. They are very well made. I have 3 pair of these. I've worn at least 1 pair every day for the last month. They wash well. I have accidentally put them in the dryer and had no trouble, but I do tend to hang my wool. I will wash them in the washing machine, but then I put them on a little hanger with the little clips and I hang them dry. But I have dried them and they have not shrunk in my dryer on medium heat. I never put them on heavy. And these right now in the black 3-pack are going for $14.90. So that's under $5 a pair for a very good quality pair of socks. It's made right here in the U.S. of Australian merino wool, compared to, which I have a couple of pair, are the Darn Tough. Darn Tough, are guaranteed for life, but those on sale are $17 a pair. On regular price, if you shop at REI, they're about $23 a pair. Online on Amazon, I think, or on their website, they go for $20 a pair. So I got 3 pair of high quality merino wool socks for $5 a pair. And I think that's a really, really good bargain. And I've worn these socks and I love them. I love the Darn Toughs too, but at $20 a pair, I can't afford that many. I carry at least 4 pair of socks with me at all times, 2 for hiking, 2 for sleeping in case they were to get wet. So People socks, I will give you that link as well. Again, check the sizes and the colors. You're going to save money depending on what color and what size they are. So for me, $14.90. And the last thing I picked up, now it's not the lightest weight option. There are ultralight options, but I picked up the G4 Free cook set. It is just the large pot, the small pot. It comes with a loofah sponge, which I can't even get to weigh anything, so that's nice. And it has the drawstring bag with it. So what does this weigh? I'll put it together with the loofah sponge. We'll put the bag with it. I don't use this bag, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. We have altogether 9 5/8 ounces, 9.6 ounces, something like that. That's for the entire set. If you were to get the Luxada 2-piece set that weighs 7.3 ounces, so little over 2.5 ounces-ish, 2.2 ounces difference, the Luxada, which is the cheapest one I could find that's in the similar size. That currently is going for $43.99 on Amazon. This set currently is going for $11.19. So if you don't mind a little over 2 ounces more in weight, you can get this set. Take the bag off. I just saved an ounce. And what I do is I don't need this little pot as well, and I'll show you why here in a second. This weighs 5 ounces, 5.25 ounces. This is 800 mils up to here. So if you took it up to the top, you're probably going up probably close to the 1100 mil, at least 1,000, which is, right now this holds 32 ounces. So what is that, a quart? Just about a quart of water. It has some nice handles that have the silicone on them. It works very well for everything that I need it for. I pair this with one I picked up at Walmart. This was $1.47. Together with the little sponge, they weigh in at 7.25 ounces. What I like about this is it's big. It's silicone. It folds down. It will hold an entire meal for me if I choose not to cook in my pot. But I like it for things like my hot cocoa, because I like a double cup in the morning when I'm cold. And I use it, I'll show you here. I take it and I fold it down. I leave this little bit sticking up, and it happens to fit the top of this pot perfectly. So I can use it as a lid to help my liquids boil faster, and I don't have to carry this with me. This only weighs 3 3/8 ounces, but you know, it cuts out over 3 ounces. This by itself weighs 2 ounces. So I'm saving 1.5 ounces if I don't want to use that. I'm going to bring this anyway. So if I do this, I can use it as the lid to my pot. I can boil the entire pot full of water, enough for my hot cocoa and my meal, or my tea and my meal. I just pour the hot water into here, and then I can put my meal into the pot and cook it that way. So that saves $30 over the Luxada pot. All right, so let me see. Is that all I need to talk to you about, except for the ladies here? Let me tell you, I'm going to mention a couple things to the ladies, but by shopping on the Prime days, my total cost for everything I bought here was just under $113. If you buy the same stuff without Prime right now, it's going to cost approximately $145. So yes, I did save $30 by shopping Prime. But if you bought all of the alternatives to this, you're going to spend well over $473. So I think a $300, and even on the regular price, $330 savings by maybe buying, whether it's the best quality or, you know, maybe not the ultra light. That to me makes a huge difference. That $300 made a difference of buying a quality backpack, buying a decent tent, my sleeping pad. So, you know, when you're on a budget, sometimes you got to look at these things. All right. So for you gentlemen, if you don't want to hear about the things specific to the ladies, time to sign off. Have a wonderful day. Leave me some comments below. Let me know if you found some great bargains, even if they're just, you know, say lightweight, but not necessarily ultralight. And if you own any of this stuff, let me know what you think. All right. See you guys. All right, ladies, a couple things that I want to talk to you about that I found some really good deals on. One is underwear. I love the Ex Officio brand underwear. I like the granny panties. Okay, I don't do the bikini because, you know, I got some rolls where they don't necessarily need to be. So I like the ones, the full brief. They are very, very lightweight. I carry 4 pair with me, at least 3, because depending on what the weather is going to be. Now, if it's cold and rainy in Michigan, I carry 4. I put a fresh pair on when I go to bed at night. I take what I had on hiking, I wash them, I hang them up overnight. Usually by morning they're dry, unless it's when I woke up it was 32 degrees, they weren't quite dry. I could put them on a carabiner. I hang it through the crotch area on a carabiner on my backpack, and within a couple hours they're totally dry. So let me tell you, during the prime days, again, it depends on the size and the color. If you don't care about if they're pink or purple or whatever, these beige ones I picked up for $6 a pair. Everywhere else I have found them, if you go to the Ex Officio site without coupons, you're going to spend $20 a pair. Are they worth $20 a pair? Probably. I think they're worth it, but if I can get them for $6 a pair, I'm much happier because I can get 3 pair for the same price then. Well, this was during the prime days that I picked these up, but I'm going to put a link below. You can get the exact same ones. Now, I wear a size large. You're going to have to check your size. They are currently in the beige, $8.56. They do have a couple other colors. I think white, black. Those are in the $8.50 range, under $9. You get into the berry or the pink, you're going to spend closer to that $20. So it's going to depend on, if you really care what color underpants you're wearing. So I will put that link below, $8.56 depending on the color and the size. So you can get 2 pair for the price of 1 easily by buying them at that link. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is something that I decided I really, really needed. And I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm older. I'm approaching 59 pretty quick here. My knees are not so great. My back is not so great. My shoulder has been major surgery on it. And squatting to pee in the woods, is not easy. I have to go find off the trail. I have to have a tree to hang on to. I have to take the pack off because my knees are a little bit weak. And, you're trying to hold the pants out of the way. You got to take them down all the way. You got to kind of move them to the side. You hope you don't dribble on them. And when you're on the trail and you think you find a great spot, you start hearing voices behind you and you've got the full moon out and you realize there's a back Boy Scout troop coming up the trail behind you because you didn't realize that made a big turn there. It's a little embarrassing. So, yeah. I don't think the boys saw the full moon, but, it was pretty darn close. I heard those voices. So, I decided for all of those reasons that I picked up, and I've tried a couple different ones, and this is the one I ended up with. It's not the smallest thing to carry. It's called the pStyle. It's more of a rigid plastic. There is one called the Tinkle Bell that has a silicone tip here about this far that you can fold back. So you're going to save, when you pack it 2 to 3 inches, and this is hard plastic. There's the Shiwi and a couple other ones that are all silicone. I don't like the Go Girl. I don't like the Shiwi because they are so flexible that I still needed to remove my pants so that I could use 2 hands in order to go to the bathroom. With this particular one, I can pull down the front of my pants if I don't have a zipper. Like on my shorts, I can just lift up the leg, move my underwear to the side, place this with one hand. I don't have to remove my clothing at all. I just kind of move the crotch to the underwear to the side, put this in place, go to the bathroom, and then as you remove it, you kind of scrape a little bit, and you don't even need toilet paper because it dries you off. This thing has made my life so much better. I've had a couple bladder suspensions. I have to get up at minimum once a night, sometimes twice a night to go to the bathroom. I can step off the trail. I don't even have to take my pack off. I can use it. I right now I keep it in the plastic bag it came with. I'm going to make a little carry case for it that I can hang on my pack. And I'm telling you, if you haven't tried one and you have knee issues, or you just don't want to have to bear it all to go to the bathroom to pee a couple times a day, these things are worth the 12 bucks I paid for it. This particular brand goes in this color. Again, it goes by the color, so look through the colors at the link. Find one that you can live with. I don't care if it's purple. I don't care if it's black. I don't care if it's white. You know, why am I going to pay $19.99 because it's blue when I can pay $11.99 because it's purple? Anyway, it's the same one. The Tinkle Bell with the little bit on, you know, that you can fold goes for $19.99. This one goes for $11.99. They're relatively work the same. If you don't care if it folds up that little 2.5 to 3 inches, you know, save yourself $9, $8, and get the pStyle. But anyway, that thing is always going to be with me because I'm telling you, it made my life so much easier. And I don't have to full moon anybody out in the woods unless, you know, maybe I'm doing number 2, but, you know, you got to do that anyway. So even guys have to do that. If you have any questions on them, let me know. If you have any recommendations for others, let me know. And I hope you guys have a completely awesome day. Get outside, enjoy the weather, no matter what it is, and have a wonderful day.